After 15 months of conflict, a ceasefire deal at last. The day saw scenes of joy and relief in Gaza over the news of an imminent ceasefire. But all is not well with the proposed truce in the Strip. The Israeli side is now saying that the Hamas is reneging on the details of the deal. And the Hamas, on the other hand, is warning Israel that its continuing aggression endangers the hostages. So for now, celebrations are tinged with apprehensions. Take a look at this report.
Gaza City and Tel Aviv. Joy and relief in both places, with thousands out on the streets through Wednesday night and into Thursday. They celebrate a deal that came out of months of ups and downs. The agreement hammered out in Qatar is structured into 3 phases. In the initial 42 days, Hamas would release 33 hostages. Israeli forces would withdraw from crowded areas in Gaza. Despite the huge challenges around reconstruction and picking up the pieces, spirits run high.
We are very happy about the agreement. It gives us hope for Gaza's future. The agreement guarantees that no more lives will be lost. After experiencing genocide, this agreement means saving lives. The end of the war brings us an indescribable joy.
But is there still a persisting element of uncertainty? The Israeli Security Cabinet, due to meet early Wednesday to give a final approval, postponed its meeting for later in the day. The reason cited is the Israeli delegation in Qatar still hasn't completed its work. Israel has spoken of Hamas going back on its word, a charge the group rejects. The rumblings send out worrying messages.
Before the ceasefire is truly implemented, we are still afraid of being disappointed. None of us want that to happen, but we are concerned that Israel may change its stance and fabricate excuses and lies to break the agreement.
Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar said the ceasefire deal was a very tough decision that the Israeli cabinet will have to accept. 2 of Netanyahu's ministers have publicly opposed the deal. Far-right Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich had said the agreement was a bad and dangerous deal for the security of the State of Israel. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir said he opposed the disastrous deal. The Israeli president, however, welcomed the deal, calling it the right move to bring back hostages.
Special thanks to the President of the United States, Joe Biden, and his administration for their efforts. And of course to the incoming President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his people. I know that the issue of the hostages and the security of the State of Israel and its citizens are always in the thoughts of President Trump and the incoming administration.
As expected, a deal for peace in Gaza has got a big thumbs up from the global community. India, China, Australia, Japan and Italy have welcomed the deal. France has urged both sides to accept conditions laid down. The UN, Egypt, Jordan and others spoke of stepping up aid for Gaza. Iran and Yemen have termed it a victory of the Palestinian cause and success of the Arab resistance movement. US President-elect Donald Trump said he would use the momentum of the deal to expand the Abraham Accords. But even as one side of Gaza celebrated, there are signs in other areas that it is not completely over till it's over. The Hamas government said at least 80 people had been killed in the last 24 hours in multiple Israeli strikes. Many of these attacks happened after the deal was announced on Wednesday evening. Is it too early to celebrate just yet? Bureau Report, WION The World is One.
Some time back, we spoke to Mohammed, who is a journalist, a war correspondent and a security analyst based in Ramallah in Palestine. Here's what he has to say.
Actually, during the past 15 months of the Israeli war against Gaza, the Palestinians suffered. There were more than 46,000 Palestinians killed, more than 110,000 injured, another 1.9 million displaced from their homes, and the others also suffered because of the collapse of the healthcare system. So the situation were terrible and catastrophic for the Palestinians in Gaza, and the Palestinians here were happy to learn about the ceasefire that reached yesterday through the mediators, Qatari, Egypt, and the United States, and hope that will be end of this nightmare that lasted for 15 months for the Gaza people.